Hello, welcome back to Tea Seeds. Today we're going to make Spanish paella. The two main ingredients in this dish is chicken and shrimp. And let's get started. Okay. I have 2 pounds of chicken, boneless chicken thigh meat. So actually I cut into small pieces. And we're going to marinate this first. And before we saute this, we're going to marinate. And let's start with that. I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon salt. And one teaspoon red pepper. And I'm going to add about maybe a teaspoon balsamic vinegar. And we're going to mix this and marinate for about maybe, you don't need to, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon black pepper, crushed. It's all well mixed. I'm going to keep this aside for about 5 to 10 minutes. Then we're going to, next one we have about a pound of shrimp. It's actually deveined and dried. If you're going to, if it's washed shrimp, make sure it's dried. I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon salt. About 1 tablespoon balsamic vinegar. I'm going to add about half teaspoon black pepper and about half teaspoon turmeric. And we're going to mix this again like just we did with chicken. And we're going to set this about 5 to 10 minutes. Just that way everything gets marinated. And then after that, we're going to saute this until it's get brown both sides of the chicken and shrimp. Next, I'm going to heat 3 cups of, what I have here is chicken broth. It's actually low sodium chicken broth. I'm going to heat this with, it's about 3 cups. Add about 3 cups to a saucepan. And you want to do it in a very low heat, like maybe simmer. And to that, I'm going to add saffron. So you can get these in most of the Asian shops or Asian stores, especially Indian stores, you can get them. I'm going to put a little bit of, maybe about a couple of pinches of saffron. We're going to mix this and make sure you don't want to boil this. You just simmer it until we get this heated, and we're going to set this aside. Next, we're going to saute our chicken. I'm going to add about 2-3 tablespoons of the oil. And see, we have the chickens already being marinated. We're going to cook this just to get them both sides browned. Yeah, we're going to cook this chicken until both sides kind of brown, light brown. The next we're going to make our spice mix. So actually I have a 1 big lemon squeezed. And a bunch of parsley I got chopped into small, it's maybe a big bunch. That's what I need. And I have a couple of garlic cloves, a little bit chopped. I'm going to add about 2-3 tablespoons olive oil. And we're going to set this aside. Yeah, we have our chicken ready. It's both sides brown. I'm going to put it in a plate and set this aside. Then we're going to cook the shrimp. That's the next one. Yeah, to the same pan, we're going to add our shrimp. And we're going to cook the same way we did the chicken, kind of browned on both sides. Our shrimp is almost done. I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to cook, the next one is we're going to cook the onions. I'm going to add a couple more tablespoon oil, and we're going to add, it's about maybe about 1.5 cups onions is chopped. Yeah, we're going to saute this for about 2-3 minutes until it get kind of cooked. I get a couple of cloves of garlic chopped. I think our onions are cooked. I'm going to add about 2 cups of chopped mushrooms. We can saute this for a little bit more, a few more minutes. I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon crushed red pepper. If you don't want any much spicy, you don't have to add this. This is an option. If you want spicy paella, add 1 teaspoon red pepper. To this, I'm going to add about 14 ounce diced tomatoes, and we're going to cook this for about a few more minutes. I'm going to add about ½ teaspoon salt, and make sure you don't you don't have to add a lot of salt now. You can always add it later. Okay, we are ready to add the next ingredient. That's rice, and you can see the tomato juice is almost dried. And to this, I'm going to add about 2 cups of white rice. It's a medium grain white rice. So about 2 cups. Cook this about a couple of minutes. You don't need too much, but just mix them together and cook a couple more minutes. To this, I'm going to add our chicken and shrimp. The rice and everything together, mix it. And I'm going to add our spice mix and our chicken broth with saffron. Kind of mix all together. That way the liquid gets to the bottom. I'm going to add about ½ cup of water, just enough to cover the rice. You don't want too much water, but just enough to cover the rice. The rice is going to get cooked. The water you're going to be adding, just enough to cover the rice, and we're going to boil this. Once everything gets boiled, we're going to lower the temperature. Lower the flame, and until the rice get cooked. Yeah, you can at this point you can check the salt. If you need more salt, you can add it. Let me try that. I'm going to add some more salt, and everything is start boiling, and I'm going to lower the heat, and then let the rice cook. Okay, your paella is ready. See the rice is cooked, and all the water is dried, and you can taste. And if you want to add more salt, that's up to you. But anyway, I hope you'll enjoy this recipe, and please come back to TC Eats, and we'll see you again with a good recipe.